back, everyone, for support of my Manchester United career mode here on FIFA 23. And this is the grand finale of this career mode. I know I said this at the halfway point. I said I was leaning towards only doing a single season with his team. And I am sticking with that. This is going to be my first and only season with Manchester United. And the goal of each one of my career modes is to reach the Champions League, which I have done here with Manchester United, and I have won everything else. So, I mean, to play another season would be kind of boring and uninteresting, and especially since if I was to play a second season, the goal would have been to win everything anyways. But yeah, we're up against Barcelona. We are playing at London Stadium, which of course is where West Ham United play. But I already showed the Champions League the road to the final at the end of the last episode. If you guys didn't see that, I'll let you watch that here. You can go and watch that. But I don't know why I said let you. It's not. I can't stop you from not seeing it or not. But anyway, but before we continue on here, hopefully you guys have an awesome day today. Hopefully you guys doing well. And unfortunately, Lautaro Martinez is suspended for the Champions League final. That is crushing. I would much preferred having him in the final of this, but I decided, since he's arguably been my best player alongside Sandro Tonali, I am going to be playing Anthony Elanga as my starting striker, and you can see that is one of his positions. So, I mean, this is the first time I'm playing him in this position, but hopefully he'll do good for me. But other than that, my starting 11 is identical. My bench, I decided to put Shore Tire in there, well, because of Elanga being my striker. And Linkovic-Savic I might put on, but this is most likely going to be his final game for the club. And Christensen most likely will be his final game for the club. So I have both of them on the bench. I'll most likely put them on at some point, but I'm not going to dilly-dally anymore. We are going to go ahead and get into this game against Barcelona. I am not doing a pre-match conference. I am not. Partly clear skies at London Stadium. Let me just see. I might actually keep these kits. Actually, you know what? I'm going to put the mustard yellow on them. I guess you call that more like Dijon mustard. Let's see. They got Ferran Torres and Kunku and Blanco up front. Fagioli, Brandt, and Rodri in midfield. Davies, Sutalo, Gruber, and Souza make up the backline with Ter Stegen in goal. But without further ado, now, if I'm not mistaken, Manchester United and Barcelona have faced each other in the Champions League final twice in real life, with Barcelona winning both times. I could be wrong about that, but it seems to me, I know they beat them at least once at Wembley. I do know that. It seems to me that they did meet twice. I'm not sure about that, like I said, but this is going to be a rematch of at least one real-life Champions League final. You can see Kwicha Kvaratskhelia is a featured player here. And, of course, after this game, we're going to look at end-of-season stuff. And I may actually go and apply for another position after this is done. So, there's Arnaud. Really hasn't been that great for me. And speaking of Arnaud, I'm actually, if there's an opening for his former team, Elversberg, I might actually go back to Elversberg. Hopefully I get an offer.
Well, there's nothing quite like this occasion. Welcome to the UEFA Champions League final. The best two teams in Europe this season preparing to go head-to-head.
To be honest with you, I would much prefer to play Chelsea, not Barcelona. Because you all know how I feel about facing Barcelona in the final. It just happens way too much. And fair play to Celta Vigo making it all the way to the quarterfinals, getting absolutely thrashed by Chelsea. But, I mean, to be fair, that's not hard to do because Chelsea is a solid team. Okay, Elanga. Okay, Elanga is not used to playing striker. What? Okay, why was nobody going towards that ball?
Good pressure. Can they make something of this? Wonderful chance.
Yeah, why was nobody going towards that ball? What was Alonga and Kvaratskhelia doing?
Season's UEFA Champions League final.
And I'm not sure if you guys have been following the series at all, but the second half of this season, I don't know what the hell is going on with this team.
He moves the ball quickly, he gets beyond his marker, and he keeps his composure. It's an
I mean, this is Manchester United, but still.
So underway again here. 1-0 the score.
Gee whiz. Okay, let's try this again. Let's actually go for the cross this time, guys. But yeah, Alonga been incredible for me. You might even argue he's been my best player this season, even more so than Tonali. Because, to be honest with you, Tonali has kind of dropped off in the second half of the season, so if you want to talk about consistency, Anthony Alonga is your guy. Because he's really put a foot wrong this season. Of course, getting the ball off the freaking opposition is freaking hard.
A move of promise on the flank.
Okay, I'm trying to get Kvaratskhelia involved. What kind of cross was that?
A decisive clearance it was. And it's played into the centre.
I've never seen anybody kick it out like that before.
The players waiting at the far post.
We need to do a better job. How are they getting the ball? Folks.
Changing hands.
Is Kvaratskhelia going to get involved? I'm ready to take him off.
Cross-fired over.
And where are we heading?
And it goes! A 3-goal cushion. This is astonishing stuff.
I'm ready to take him off. I know he just scored for me, but Kvaratskhelia has been kind of not big. I'm almost happy to put Schwartire in there, because Schwartire has been awesome.
3-0.
Okay, let's go ahead and go to Sim, because I want to see what Barcelona's bench looks like. Okay, who is this? Alonga? Going wide. Okay. I'm assuming that's Gelson Martins, Antonio Silva. I recognize him. Burr, I recognize. Be honest with you, I don't really recognize anybody else on this team. Good pressure by our defense there. Come on, guys. This isn't Leeds. This is a much tougher opponent. We can't be...
And given away.
Okay, Alonga.
Want to see him have a go. Can he take the chance? Another goal! The lead grows to 4 now. A rampant display.
Okay, Kochu with the late goal. Watch, they'll get one back here right before halftime. You watch. Maybe not. Not if they do that. Wait! Okay, who's 17? Of course it's Arnell.
Great block.
That was a good block by Blockman. Okay. I'm going to make a trio of changes here. And I'm actually going to get rid of both my wingers. So Alonga's going to be going back on the wing. Cho's going to be coming on for Anthony. And Shortire's coming on for Kvaratskhelia. And Arnell, you're coming off of Milinkovic-Savic. And then at some point, I'll put Christensen on. I'm surprised my defense doesn't have higher rating. Okay, let's see.
45 minutes separating these two sides from glory. The second half of the Champions League final begins.
Okay, Blackman, you had a good block before. You're just letting it be.
And the keeper,
I have a feeling I might be taking Blackman off.
And taken short. Crossing into the middle. He brings it down, but work to do.
No!
A goal here.
That's inexcusable, guys. That's inexcusable. That is inexcusable. Okay. Do I want to put Manu in there, or do I want to... You know what? He's not a center back. Okay, it doesn't really show. He does have 84 defending. You know, I'm gonna... I know this is kind of silly, but I'm gonna put...
Precisely what they were looking for. Now he deserves
I know his brother
celebration.
Lucas Hernandez can be
Oh,
either
here's the
wingback or
chance.
center back, but
A
I don't
small
know
stop
about
here.
Teo.
They take it
I'm just
short.
gonna do it anyway. What are we doing?
Sandro Tonali. A
Nice!
chance.
Beautiful.
A goal!
And that should seal the deal. Milinkovic-Savic, which is quite possibly his final game for the club,
A glut
scores.
of goals. 5-1 it is. Has the strength to hang on to
And I
it.
can't make any more subs,
It's a
so
decent-looking attack here.
if somebody
Well, didn't
doesn't
go to
do what
plan
they're
in the
supposed to,
end.
they're gonna have to stay on, unfortunately.
Well, let's see what they have in store for
That was
them
a
on the break.
horrible first touch by Short
Looked
Tire.
like open road for them, but up a dead end.
Come on, guys.
Cuckoo.
Oh, jeez, that's gonna be a goal.
And a goal this time. Applying the finishing touch. Just
I mean, it looks like we do have one hand on the trophy, but come on, we can't let them back in this.
Number 11, Ferran Torres.
Okay.
Sandro Tonali. Getting forward.
Nice! Kochu did all that and ended up getting dispossessed anyways. Nice work by Alonga.
And the cross not quite accurate enough. Five
Nice.
minutes to
Okay, I need to keep an eye on
go.
time.
Milinkovic-Savic.
Okay, let me see if we can wrap things up here. We got one more minute. Oh, come on, come on, come on, come
Advantage Manchester United.
on. Nice!
And it's 2 for him today. A masterful performance. The defenders unable to stop him.
And that should be the final kick of the game. I'm not doing anything else. There we go.
And now the
And Manchester United are
Manchester
Champions League winners once again.
United have painted the Champions League red.
Well, just look at
As they avenge their loss at Wembley. And I still say they've played them again in recent memory, but again, like, I don't remember if they did. I know they faced each other at least once in the Champions League final.
For these players, well, it's the night of their
And of course, we were faced,
lives.
played against Chelsea. That would have been a rematch of the 08 final, if I'm not mistaken. That was the one that went to penalties.
Well, they don't need to be reminded about what comes next. It's the presentation of the coveted Champions League trophy.
Well, there's some tired players out there, but what you can be sure of, they'll find some energy when they get their hands.
So
on the
we've
trophy.
won the whole
They'll
lot
be
this
going mad
season.
for
Well,
a
except for
moment.
the Community Shield. We didn't
The
participate in
Champions
that,
League winners,
unfortunately.
Manchester
But, you know, I don't
United.
even really care about
Well, this is what they wanted.
Community
What
Shield.
a moment.
I mean, yes, it is a major
Worked so
trophy,
hard
but
to win this
that's
trophy.
kind of
It's
low on the
been
totem pole
fantastic.
compared to, like, the
And you
Premier
can
League, the
feel
Champions
the
League, and even
emotion.
the FA Cup.
It's natural
And
to
Sandro
reflect on
Tonali,
this final, but so much
absolutely
hard work has
flawless
gone
in the
into
first half of the
entire
season. Second half of the season, his form
Memories,
dipped,
memories.
but I decided to keep the captain's armband on him. He has shown leadership qualities along the way, but like I said, if you want consistency, you could say Alonga has been the better player.
Well, these fans have certainly played their part, haven't they? They'll savour these moments. They've travelled far and wide to follow their team. They're loving every minute of this, and why not? They deserve it.
A performance of fire as well as ice. They held their nerve when that was necessary. And these celebrations will run long
Or as
into the
Derek
night.
says, a trophy with the big ears. Which I still have not heard many people refer to it as that.
Well,
I think
these are
he's the only
moments they
one.
have to make the most of. It doesn't happen very often, does
But
it?
yeah, what a way to end this career mode. Like I said, I mean, I've won the whole lot with this team. That's pretty much what the board expected of me, and it would be kind of pointless to do another season. Especially since there's really not a whole lot of players that I can sign
And now the
That's-
Champions League final commences.
would make this team any better, to be honest. But we're going to take a look at match facts. But yeah, we pretty much, well, except for passing accuracy, we pretty much dominated everything else. They made more passes, unsurprisingly. Let's look at their best player, which was Torres with a brace, Fagioli on Julian Brandt with an assist. Of course, Torres with a 7.6. Alonga, no surprise, is the man of the match with an 8.6. Kvaratskhelia right behind, which I don't understand why, because I thought he was terrible in this game. And we are going to skip the post-match. And we're going to get down to showing the tables and stuff. First, we're going to take a look at England. Which I don't know why I'm talking like this, but we're going to go ahead and look at that. But we are going to take a look at the standings. Season is coming to an end. There is no more upcoming fixtures. Oh. But you can see, we were very close of becoming Centurions, which we already got over 100 goals. I am still kicking, but you can see that fixture right there, Fulham. I'm still kicking myself for that. Well, that's not us, but that's Manchester City. But we did draw 2-2 against Fulham back in February. And if it wasn't for that draw, us throwing away 2 points like that, we would have been Centurions. But relegated teams are Southampton, Leicester, Preston. Preston not quite becoming the worst team in Premier League history, but they came pretty close. Just to recap, FA Cup, that was won by us. Round 3, we beat Oxford. Round 4, we ended up beating Blackpool. Round of 16, we beat Cardiff. Quarterfinals, we knocked out Bristol City. Semifinals, we knocked out Liverpool. And of course, we knocked out Tottenham in the final, which is a rematch of the Conference League final, UEFA Conference League final a couple seasons ago. But Carabao Cup, we ended up winning that as well. We ended up beating Arsenal. I don't think we were round 2. I think we were round 3. We ended up beating Crystal Palace. Round 4, we ended up beating Bristol City, so we knocked Bristol City out of both competitions. Leicester City, we eliminated in the quarters, and Watford, we knocked out in the semis. And of course, Arsenal, we beat in the final. Beginning of the season, our former club, Borussia Dortmund, beat Tottenham in the Super Cup. Of course, Champions League, I'm not going to show that because I already did so at the end of the last video. Arsenal ended up winning your European title by defeating AC Milan. And the Conference League was won by Espanyol. Fair play to them, beating Galatasaray. Okay, let's look at my inbox here real quick. Availability, Lautaro. It would have been awesome to have him in there, but my team more than did what they were supposed to. Okay, let's see. Let's take a look at the rest of England. I'm expecting Brighton to come back. I think it was Brighton and Bournemouth, I believe, were on top. Yep, and they do remain on top. Those are the 2 teams coming up. Blackburn, Watford, Burnley, and Sunderland are going to be duking it out in the playoffs. Relegated teams are Oxford, Bolton, and Wigan. League 1, Stoke and Birmingham City are going up with Peterborough, Wickham, Fleetwood, and Millwall in the playoffs. Relegated sides are Salford, Colchester, Cheltenham, and Accrington Stanley. And League 2, the 3 teams coming up are Coventry, Derby, and Cambridge, which Coventry and Derby, especially Coventry, it's shocking seeing them down in League 2, especially how good they're doing in real life. Northampton, Swindon, Doncaster, and Shrewsbury are in the playoffs. If relegation was a thing, Harrogate Town and Stevenage would be going down. But we're going to take a look at player stats here real quick. You see Lautaro Martinez, 4 ahead of Vlahovic for the Golden Boot in the Premier League. Most assists went to Kvaratskhelia, 1 ahead of Darwin Nunez. And clean sheets, Ramsdale getting 12, Magnan with 8, and Silva with 5, so that's a combined 13 for our goalkeepers. Edison with the most clean sheets in the FA Cup, Silva getting 2. Most assists, trio of our players, Alonga and Shortire especially, tied with 7 in his same amount of matches, and Cho leading the way with Shortire in second. Carabao Cup, Alonga with the most goals. You can see a bunch of other players up top. Shortire getting most assists in the Carabao Cup. Oh, wait. And then Silva with the most clean sheets, tied with the most clean sheets in this competition. In the Champions League, Martinez double that of Torres, which Torres did get a brace, so he started off with 7. And if Lautaro would have been able to play that game, who knows? He may have been able to reach 20. But Antony with the most assists behind one ahead of Kvaratskhelia, Maignan with a couple of clean sheets, which Mamardashvili from Chelsea ended up getting 4. Okay, we're not going to look at finances. Transfer history, I've already shown that, so I'm not even going to bother with that. Youth Academy, I'm just going to go ahead and go through here real quick. If there's anybody in particular you want to look at, you can go ahead and pause the video. Couple good talents in there, a couple high potential, but luckily we were able to do the one objective, which I do have to remember to show objectives. I'll probably do that as soon as I'm done with the Youth Academy here. Which I did get a bunch of goalkeepers. I graduated a bunch of them to the senior squad. But it doesn't really matter because I'm going to go ahead and apply for a different position at the end of this anyway, so... But I'm going to go ahead and show objectives, not achievements. But you can see we did both of the youth development. That was the one I was most concerned about, especially the first one where I had to sign. Because we do have a high-rated team. I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to get away with that, but luckily I did. Why is our rating only reasonable? Okay, we're going to finish with that. We did both of that and we did that, so why do I only have a moderate rating? I should be in the high 90s. I swear I don't understand this game sometimes. But we're going to take a look at our team through Squad Hub, not Team Management. And long tab. And no surprise, Martinez 51-7 through 45, Alonga 38-24 and 33. That is 62. No, that is 62 goal involvements in 33 games. That is insanity. And of course, I did get and win the Ballon d'Or with him on my Eintracht Braunschweig career mode in FIFA 22. But anybody in particular want to look at, you can go ahead and pause the video. Cho, outstanding. Shortire, outstanding. You can see Milinkovic-Savic is already dropped by 3. Van der Beek is going to be going to Sheffield United. Tonali, like I said, dropped off the second half, but very good player nonetheless. Mainu, been very hit and miss, especially in the second half of the season. Christensen will most likely be on his way out, same with Milinkovic-Savic. Oh, I gotta find out how... I gotta check out how, Borussia Dortmund and Elversberg fared. I'll do that after I'm done with this. Okay, Maignan with 10 clean sheets and Silva with 9. You could argue that Silva has been the better keeper for us, but I'm just going to go ahead and go down. I'm not looking at development plans. Again, if there's anybody in particular you want to look at, you can go ahead and pause the video. But yeah, very good team. I mean, first half of the season, I dare say this team was absolutely fantastic. This team felt perfect, but second half of the season, I don't know why. I don't know if it's because I rotated too much. I mean, that could be a possibility. But it just seemed like this team just absolutely dropped off in form, and I'm still scratching my head about that. Because this team wasn't anywhere near as good as what they were in the first half of the season. Maybe I got spoiled by this team. I don't know. No matter where I go, whether it most likely be Elversberg, I'm going to try to break the bank in order to bring in Tonali. Or even Alonga. If I do go back to Elversberg, though, I do have to keep in mind I do play a 4-3-3 attack, so Tonali wouldn't exactly fit in with my scheme. So it would most likely, if I'm going to be bringing anybody in from this team, it's going to be this guy, Anthony Elanga. And he's not even the starter on this team. Anthony and Kvaratskhelia are the starters, so if I do bring in Elanga, he would fit right in. But speaking of Elversberg, like I said before, I do want to check out Germany real quick. No, that's not. Let's check out other leagues. I do want to look at Bundesliga. And I do know that we knocked out Borussia Dortmund in the round of 16 of Champions League, and Elversberg ended up getting grouped. And Elversberg will be playing in the Champions League again, so if we do get an offer for them, well, I'm starting to sound like everybody else. We don't get offers. If you look at job offers, that's not them offering us the job. That's just letting us know that it's potential job openings. We have to apply for those jobs. They're not offering us those positions. But you can see Dortmund winning the league by a rather comfortable margin, only losing one game. Bayern Munich has to settle for Europa League, and Hoffenheim will be playing Conference League. In relegated teams as Schalke, Mainz, and Darmstadt, no real surprise there, except for maybe Mainz. But we're going to go ahead and let's do it now. Let's look at jobs. Nope. Looks like I could do Tottenham. But I don't know if I want to do. I don't know if I want to do another. I mean, I'm doing a Brighton and Hove Albion one. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna be doing the second season right after this of Brighton and Hove, and I'm sure you guys don't want to see me keep on doing Europe, so I am gonna be going somewhere else, and I'm gonna go ahead and move forward here. Okay, Juve. Could do Juve, I guess. Kind of want to go to Elversberg, but I'm not getting an offer for them. And third, they got De Bruyne, Hakpo, Felix. I'm only gonna sim a few more days, and then I'm hoping I get an offer for Elversberg. But yeah, that is going to be it for my Manchester United career mode. I don't think there's really anything else I want to talk about. It's just a matter of me looking at job listings now as I prepare for the next career mode. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to be able to return to Elversberg. But I kind of don't want to go back to Germany. I kind of want to go. I should have applied. I think what I'm going to do, I think I'm going to go for the Juve job. Although I've done plenty of career modes with Juve, so I think I may end up going to AC Milan instead. I'm just going to go ahead and let's see. Barcelona, Real Madrid. I don't want to go to Spain. Okay, I kind of want to go. Okay, I kind of want to go. I should have applied. Okay. Okay. And I'm just doing a couple more, and that's it. A part of me wants to do Juve, but a part of me kind of wants to do AC Milan. So you know what? I think I'm gonna go ahead. They got Bruno on the team, and they got De Ketelaere. They do play with a 4-3-3, but that would be a good chance for me to bring Sandro Tonali back. And they are first in the league. They did finish first in the league, so I'll be taking over the reigning champs. So you know what? I think I'm actually going to go ahead and apply for the AC Milan position. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. So My next career mode after this will be AC Milan. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get back to Elversberg or not, but I'll be applying for the job at AC Milan. Hopefully I'll get the email here. Okay, we're going to go ahead and go to June 9th. Okay, we get an inbox. And we do get the email, which is good, so we are going to go ahead and... What I'm going to do is I'm going to be playing the second season of my Brighton career mode, and then I am going to get and start my AC Milan one right after this, but yeah, this is my Manchester United career mode. It's going to be coming to an end, like I said. We pretty much won the whole lot. There's really no point of me doing the second season, and I really am looking forward to going back to Italy, so hopefully you guys are as well. But thank you guys so much for watching this series. I hope you guys enjoyed the ride, and I will see you guys again next time.